Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new slice of gaming. I'm the only Python 4, and the game that we are playing is a freeware game for the PC, and I will provide a link below where you can play it for free. It's called Genetos, and this game is brought to you by GameAnyone.com. So basically what this game is, it's one of those side-scrolling shooter games. It's very much like Gradius. You'll see exactly why it's called Genetos as soon as we get into it. So I'm just going to do the original mode in beginner, because just to let you guys know, I suck at these kinds of games. I did not grow up on these games. And hey, first generation, we know you. We know you. So basically how this game plays is that you press the Z button to shoot. Obviously you have to shoot at the enemies on screen while dodging bullets. And later on in levels we are going to basically get new skills as we go. Oh, here comes the mutant. This is basically the boss. Aw, look how adorable he is. And so we have to destroy the boss. His life bar is at the top there. In easy mode you get 20 lives, or in beginner's mode, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I think you get the same amount in the normal mode too, but it's much harder, especially in later levels. And what is this? Generation shift. So suddenly we're taken to another generation, and basically this is why this game is called this, is that it's very, very fun and original in that way. That you kind of go through the different generations of this sort of game. I think it's really cool. Hey, we get a new life. To the next generation. Oh, here we go. Second gen stuff, yeah! I really thought this kind of game was interesting. Like I've mentioned before, I did not grow up on these types of games. In case you haven't noticed, I grew up on RPGs, platform games, Mario. I've never really played Gradius or Galaga or anything like that too terribly much. I played a little bit on this pirated SNES game that I have, or not SNES, sorry, NES game that I have. And that's the only real experience I have with any of these types of games. So this is kind of a completely new thing to me, and that's why I did the beginner's mode, just so I can show it off. Oh, here comes the mutation. And I was just trying out some freeware games, and I thought this was really just fun. I really recommend it if you like these sorts of games, or if you wanted to give it a try. I think it's a blast. And, yeah, normal mode is a much tougher later on. Ooh, here we go. Generation shift. So basically in this new generation we can now launch a bomb. So if you find yourself in trouble, you can just launch a bomb by pressing the X button. It'll destroy everything around it. And if you manage to destroy some bullets, it'll give you some extra points as well, which is nice. So we'll take care of this guy here. He might take a while. Don't forget, we got bombs if we find ourselves in trouble. Whoa! Yeah, as I was mentioning, in later levels of this game, it starts to get kind of like hard as balls, like Toho style. There's a creator mode as well too, which is apparently really difficult. I've never actually tried it, and I don't intend to ever. Just because, yeah, I'm just not very experienced with these games. And if I did, it would just look rather humorous. Oh yeah, another stock bonus. We're doing well on our time, too. To the next generation. Oh yeah, third gen. The music in this game is actually really well done for a freeware game. Really good graphics as well, too. I was pretty impressed, because most freeware games that I find are kind of crap. Oh, things are getting harder. Oh no! Like a few gems I found, like Guardian of Paradise, is pretty good. It's like a Zelda over-the-top type of a style, and it's pretty decent. I look quite like it. Super Vampire Ninja Zero, of course, is another one that kind of stands out. Whoa! Why are you shooting at me, buddy? Why? What did I ever do to you? Whoa! I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't die there, because he just comes crashing right into me like a kamikaze. Yeah, we gotta avoid things. And kind of like Toho as well, too, you can kind of like just avoid things. As you can see what I just did right there. As long as, like, your center of your little craft here doesn't get hit, you seem to be okay. Alright, we should almost be at the end. Oh, here we go, right on cue. The mutant! Not sure why they call him a mutant, but basically the best strategy for this particular boss is to take care of the turrets first. Oops. And then take care of the center guy. As I crashed right into the bullets, that was pure genius. And I almost did it again, too. Yeah, the reason why I don't do well at these sorts of games is just because I don't really have that much coordination. Aw, here we go. Next gen, baby. Look at us now. Now we got a much wider spread of a shot. And the music changes up, which I quite like. It just makes it that much more epic. And if you didn't notice there, we can now slow down our machine a little bit. I was too busy explaining things to pay attention to what I'm doing, apparently. But yeah, we can now slow down our aircraft a little bit, in case we need to by pressing Shift and L. So they are moving a little bit slower. You kind of don't really notice a difference, so I just don't really bother. The only thing you really need to know is that you've got bombs now, and it's awesome. Let's collect some energy. Apparently we get a subless weapon too at this generation by pressing Control and L. I've never actually tried it, so I just kind of stick with what I have right now. I actually like this generation the best just because it seems to be the easiest one to get used to. Just because of the nice wide spread on it. I quite like it. Whoa! Oh! And he's down! See ya! Hey, I got one of my lives I lost. Next generation, here we go. Wow, this is kind of trippy. Yeah, this generation is really kind of weird. I'm not sure how else to explain it. Like, it reminds me of Tron in a way. Like, it's definitely got that Tron style. And sometimes you can't really tell what's a monster and what's coming at you and what isn't. You just kind of have to guess and just keep shooting. If you keep shooting, you should be fine. Let's try that Control and L thing. Yeah, I didn't really notice using a sub-weapon, so... Whoa! See, like, in the background there, there's ships. You can't really tell if they're enemies or not. They're just kind of there. This game will get much weirder, especially in the last few levels. Shooter games like this, especially in Japan, tend to get really bizarre really quickly. Like, there's one game I saw being played by a good friend of mine, Chilean Retro Gamer. No, give me that light back! He was playing a game called The Game Paradise, like that was its actual name. And it just had bizarre things, like he was fighting this anime cat chick. It was pretty great. Let's blow up your face, because we can. Boom! He's almost done. There you go. I hate this part. Ships kind of come at you at all angles, and you can't really defend yourself if one comes at the bottom. Bottom's my territory, buddy! And then they'll come flying at you wherever you are. It's just very annoying, and I tend to use up a lot of bombs just to get rid of them. They especially like to hang around at the bottom, and I'm not sure why. I think those red things that are floating around me kind of act like a little bit of a weapon, I suppose. Like a barrier in a way, but not a foolproof barrier, so I wouldn't rely on them too terribly much. Alright, we should almost be done this world. Whoa! See, I just do not have the coordination for this. Which is fine. I just enjoy the game for fun. I'm not a competitive Galaga person. Whoa. Oh, here he comes. Mutation! This thing kind of reminds me of the boss that's in Kirby Adventure, or no, wait. Kirby Superstar. The very last course that you do. I can't remember it now for the life of me. And you're on the little starship and you're trying to fight this crystal thing. That's just what it reminds me of and what it looks like to me. Boom! This boss will take quite a while, but thankfully, generation shift. And now we've got little guys on the sides helping us out. which I guess is pretty common for these games. I wouldn't really know. And I think the ship looks pretty spiffy right now. And the music has changed once again. Now it's even more epic. Whoa! See, this boss I remember fighting in normal mode, and those blue streaks that were coming at me, they weren't in pieces, they were all together, so you really have to watch your timing. Whoa! See how I just kind of narrowly dodged that one? Not that one there, but the other one. Okay. You have to use that strategy a lot in Touhou. And bombs are your best friend. Trust me, I'm not probably ever going to touch another Touhou game again. I'm not an expert. Whoa! By the way, who's driving this thing? That's what I'd like to know. It's always some nameless anime character. Who's driving this? You never got to see the driver. He's just some guy. You don't really know his story. He's just out there shooting things on a ship. Nobody cares. And who's driving in the little doodads beside me? Anybody, or is this just part of the ship? Whoa! Just for security's sake. I think this thing should almost be done. Actually, no, we're not. We're not even halfway close. It's exploding and it's angry at us. You know, when it's exploding and it's angry at us, it's going to be done sometime soon. When you know it's getting angry. And now it's out of barriers, bitch. What are you gonna do now? Other than explode and get angry at us. What the hell is this thing, anyways? Why am I fighting some floating crystal? Well, these shots aren't so bad. Especially when I got my little floating helpers. I should name these guys. I should name these guys Bob and Rob. Yeah, I think that's great. Oh yeah, this is also the very last generation shift we'll be doing as well. So this is our last ship that we basically get. Unfortunately. I kind of wish to see a little bit more from this game, but, you know, it's pretty cool for a freeware game. I'm actually surprised I survived that one shot back there. Okay, seriously. Boom! There you go, that took a lot of damage. Yep, definitely later generation bosses. You just kind of have to sit here and hold the fire button. And this boss especially stood out as really difficult, for me anyways, in the normal version. Like, it may not look that bad right now, but believe me, there was like bullets everywhere, especially at that point there. Whoa! That was close. Shooting, shooting until the crystal is defeated. Because apparently that's the hardest thing we fought so far. Not a giant airship. A floating crystal in space. Space, whatever. Whoa! Almost there. You know what? Finish it off with a bomb. There you go. Goodbye, giant floating crystal. You know what? I'm going to give it a pause right here, so I'll catch you guys in the next part.